This video chart presentation of American Scientific Resources. It's a bulletin board listed company trading under ticker ASFX. Double bottom look to this play, bouncing off the 002. Up day yesterday on pretty good volume, 15.7 million shares traded, closed up 30%. Chart we're going to keep an eye on to see if it's got another push in it and to see if it's going to maintain to hold this support level. Nice upward trend in the MACD, moving back towards zero. That's a positive divergence, something that I always look for. PPO also trending back towards zero. ADX is just about bottomed out. It's pretty rare to see one even registering down at a 5. At that point, I'd start to look for some sort of reversal. MFI is still down in bear chart territory, but turning up with yesterday's buying pressure. Accumulation distribution shows a spike in buying. Shaking money flow, actually more than a week now, showing buying pressure is overcoming selling pressure. CCI breaking back through negative 100. A lot of bottom feeders will use that as a buy point. Full stow, several months now trending on the lower half, showing that this chart just can't seem to gather much momentum. What you always look for there is a break back through 50, show that there's some bullish strength in the play. And still pretty early on, the TRIX is a long ways from zero, but it is trending in the right direction. RSIs, the 7 moving pretty quickly, but this had a small up day on Monday, and of course a stronger day yesterday. So in the near term, some momentum is coming into the play. In the short term, that's a good thing. In the longer term, you look for these red and gold, the 14 and 21 RSIs, to make their way through 50 and start trending and holding above that level. Caught my eye about this chart. It's a pretty good bottom support right there at 0017. Bounced off of it on multiple occasions, typically pulled right back up over top of 002, which is serving as another support level in that same area. As I mentioned, a pretty strong volume day yesterday, and the fact that this chart made a move like this in December, well, that's more than a 10 bagger. I don't know if that was news driven or what happened, but when a chart shows it can make a really big move like that, and it starts to make a climb on increased volume, it's one worth paying attention to see if that volume's a prelude to something else. And this is going to meet some resistance right ahead of it, right there around 0027, 0028. That's going to be a tough spot all the way through that general area. See, it was holding a channel right through here in January. I'm not zoomed in close enough, but I'm assuming that's right around 0035. And at that point, the price per share would be moving pretty close to the 50-day moving average, which is registering 0044. Now from where that is, closing yesterday at 0026, that's obviously a very large upside, but these sub-penny plays obviously have a big risk-reward factor to them, because closing at 26, the downside to it, just to see if it's going to hold support, is substantially far away as well. But that is the trials and tribulations of sub-penny plays. If upward pressure did sustain, it could blow through those resistance levels. I wouldn't look for more to really come back into effect until up around 007. And at that point, if it bounced off of it and came down, that's where I'd be looking for some new support levels to be established, for some higher lows to be made, and see if this chart's truly going to try and identify that as a true bottom for ASFX. Anyway, we've been looking at some plays that have been making a climb. Thought we'd take it to the other end of the spectrum and look at a potential bottom play. So I'll just be keeping an eye on ASFX, making sure that bottom support holds, and see how it reacts to these resistance levels should some upward pressure continue. As always, it's merely my interpretation of the American Scientific Resources chart. Thank you for watching, and trade smart.